Hey friends, it's Mr. Tad. This week we're going to learn about measuring. Measuring an object. How do we measure something? What words do we use to describe objects when we measure them? Okay? Alright, we're going to start off with 19.1. Alright, you should see a jar full of marbles. Get a utensil or a pencil to write with. Okay, let's begin. At the bottom it says Katie wants to measure the jar. What can she find out? Alright, so first let's go over all the different ways that we're going to learn how to measure this week, okay? One way is length. How long is something? Another is height. How tall is something? Another is weight. How heavy or light is something? And last is capacity. Oh, that's a big word. Have you heard that word before? Capacity. How much can something hold? Is this jar holding something? It's holding marbles. How many marbles can it hold? That is the capacity. The capacity of this jar is, I guess 100 marbles. What do you guess? That's the capacity of the jar. The jar can hold marbles. It has a capacity. I guess the capacity is 100 marbles. But who knows? Do you know? So the question says, what can she find out? She can find out how many marbles fit in the jar. She could fill this jar all the way up. In fact, let's do that. Get your pencil, let's fill the jar up. Fill it all the way up. You don't draw fast. She could fill this jar up full of marbles. And then once she's done filling up the jar, she could put them in a bin and then count them. And if she counted the marbles that fit in the jar, she would find the, say it with me, can you say this word? Capacity. Let's try it again. Say it with me. Capacity. Capacity. Okay? You've probably heard of length, height, and weight, but I want you to remember this one. Capacity. Okay? All right, let's flip the page. Number 1. Put your finger on number 1. All right? Number 1 says, which object would you most likely measure to find out how much it holds? So here we have 3 objects. And we want to circle the one that we would like to find out how much it holds. So, how would you measure this football? Would you find out how much it holds? How would you measure this fish tank? Could you find out how much it holds? How would you measure this domino? Could you find out how much it holds? Does a domino hold anything? No. Does a football hold anything? Well, no, not really, just air. Does a fish tank hold something? It holds water. We could dump that water out into a beaker and measure how much it holds. Which object would you most likely measure to find out how much it holds? I say the fish tank. Number 2. Put your finger on number 2. Number 2 says, which object would you most likely measure to find out how long it is? Which one would you want to know how long it is? Can you find out how long this is? Maybe, but why would you do that? Would you measure this one to find out how long it is? I think you would measure how much paint's inside, right? I think you might measure how much this one weighs, right? Or how tall it is. But what about this one? What would you measure? Let's see what the question asks. Number 2 says, which object would you most likely measure to find out how long it is? Would you measure this to find out how long it is? I would. I think that's a good way to measure this object. I would measure this object by seeing how tall it is or how much it weighs. I would measure this object to see how much it could fit inside, how much paint it could fit. Let's go to number 3. Number 3, put your finger on number 3. Which object would you most likely measure to find out how much it weighs? Have you ever put a tree on a scale? You know what a scale is? A scale is a thing you step on to see how much you weigh. We use scales to see how much things weigh. You can put anything on a scale. Okay. So would you put a tree on a scale to find out how much it weighs? No, I don't think so. What about orange juice? I don't really care how much it weighs. What about a watermelon? You know, when you go to the store and you buy a watermelon, you want to know that it has lots of good juicy meat inside, right? You want to know how much it weighs. And I bet the grocer wants to know how much it weighs so he can put a price on it. Because a bigger melon would cost more, right? A smaller melon would cost less. So if it weighs a lot, I bet it would charge more. It would be more expensive than a melon that doesn't weigh very much. So I would measure the watermelon to see how much it weighs. I would measure how much this carton could hold. How much orange juice could it hold? The capacity. I would measure how tall this tree is. Okay, let's go to the next. All right, this is where you get the fun part, where you get to draw. Okay, I'm going to draw these for you. So we have some instructions that tell us to draw, and I'm going to help you on these. But you're going to do the same thing on the back, but you're going to do these by yourself. You're going to come up with your own ideas. Okay, so first I'm going to help you. All right, so let's get ready. Number 4. Put your finger on number 4. Number 4. Number 4 says, draw an object that you would measure to find its weight. What's something that you might want to find out how much it weighs? I thought of something. A sack of potatoes. The reason they want to know how much a sack of potato weighs is so that they can sell it for a certain price. Because if the sack weighs 30 pounds, it'll be less than if it weighs 50 pounds. So that's how they need to know how many potatoes are in there. And the way they do that is they measure the weight. So I'm going to draw a sack of potatoes. Here's my sack of potatoes. And put 30 pounds. Okay. You can draw a sack of potatoes. You can draw something else. I'll give you a moment to finish, okay? Then we'll go to number 5. You ready? Alright, you can finish later. Here we go. Number 5. Number 5 says, draw an object that you would measure to find how much it holds. We've got weight right here. Capacity, remember how much it holds? I would measure a glass or cup. How much does this cup hold? How much liquid can you fit in that cup? Or maybe your backpack. You can do a backpack, couldn't you? How much can your backpack hold? The capacity. Remember that one? Alright, number 6. You can finish later. Let's go to number 6. Number 6 says, draw an object that you would measure to find the length. I'm going to think of something really long. School bus. I want to see how long this school bus is. We can measure how long it is. We can put a ruler and measure how long the school bus is. Okay? So here we have length. Oops. So weight, capacity, and length. Which one is missing? Height. Alright, let's go to the next page. Let's go to the back. Okay? Alright, on the back you're going to do your own drawings, okay? On number 7, it says draw an object that you would measure to find its weight. So I'm going to put weight right here. weight. All right, number 8 says, draw an object that you would measure to find its length. Put length. Number 9, draw an object that you would measure to find how much it holds. Capacity. Okay? All right, you draw pictures, come up with your own ideas. Draw something that you would weigh. Draw something that you would find out how long it is. And then draw something that you would find out how much it can fit or how much it can hold. Okay? All right, do this by yourself. Come with your own ideas. Do all 3, weight, length, capacity. All right, see you next time, friends.